makes me wanna holler, go away. I need more peace and hope and love. Where do I find it in this crazy old world? I need strategies, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Every time I listen, Lauren and David share strategies for living, and it makes me aware. I got strategies for living, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab.
You know we need them. We need those strategies, don't we? Those strategies for living. So are you ready? Are you ready for your daily dose of radio rehab?
I'm ready. I'm excited for today.
Yeah, I knew you would be. Hey, folks, welcome. Welcome into 101.7 FM, 710 Keel. Welcome into another edition of Strategies for a Living. It's a very special edition today. I'm Dr. David McMillan, and she is psychotherapist, PLPC, Lauren Leon McMillan. Mm-hmm. And you know Ronald McDonald, don't you?
Of course.
What
American doesn't? You've
been acquainted a while with Ronald, but did you know that Ronald? You know what Ronald McDonald House is?
You know, I've heard of it, but I'm ashamed to admit I don't know a lot about it.
Well, you're going to learn a lot more about it today because we have two wonderful life strategists, Mr. Roy Griggs, and he has been a major entrepreneur in this area, owned several McDonald's in the Arklatex. He's now retired, but you know, a guy like Mr. Griggs, he's not going to stay. You know, so now he is he's instrumental in getting Ronald McDonald House here into the Shreveport Bossier area.
So I've heard.
And we've also got a return life strategist,
another esteemed community member,
Scott Tarkowski.
Yeah.
And I've just learned as of today that he's a diplomat. So we're, you know, you never know who's going to be named what.
That's
you know?
right.
I'm going to look around and he's going to be like ambassador to Canada or something. We'll find we'll catch up with Mr. Scott and Mr. Roy today on Strategies for a Living. But we've got a lot to learn about the Ronald McDonald House. It is it's an important mission. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to learning all about it today here on Strategies.
Absolutely, I'm excited.
And just talking about McDonald's, you may
I heard that growling.
Yeah, there's a little growling in the tummy. You
control
know,
yourself.
I may need to do something about that in a few minutes. Folks, thank you for tuning in to Strategies for a Living. We appreciate you being here with us, and we appreciate our sponsors making it all possible. The Robinson Film Center, and Azalea Cleaners, and Pintail Roofing, and Learning RX, and the Balance Life Wellness Center, and Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of The Godfather, Alligator Italian Sausage. Back in a minute to meet Mr. Roy Griggs and Mr. Scott Tarkowski. We'll talk about the Ronald McDonald House here on Strategies for Living. Stay right where you are.
Tune in for a dose of good cheer. Lauren and David are here. Strategies for Living is the show. Healthy mind and spirit we know. Jingle bells ring bright, guiding you through the night with wisdom and delight. Tune in and feel the light.
And welcome into Strategies for Living here on 101.7 FM and 710 Keel. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan. Let's welcome back to the program Scott Tarkowski. Mr. Tarkowski has SRT sales training. He is a diplomat. I didn't know I was going to have a diplomat.
Just with the Bossier Chamber. It's not like the UN or anything.
Okay. Well, glad to have you back anyways.
Except the
Excite-
title.
Excited to be back, and I'll tell you, I love the intro and outro music. Now, this is my first time since that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know, it's amazing what AI
Technology.
technology can do
Unbelievable.
today, you know?
But I do have one bone to pick. You did cut me off, my mic off earlier. I couldn't say roof for Pintail Roofing.
You know, if I knew you were going to say roof,
I
I'd
do
have,
it every
you know,
time.
right.
we'll have your mic up at the end.
Next time.
Yeah.
We'll be in stereo next time.
There we go.
I am so excited to introduce our next life strategist. I got to tell you that I've wanted to have you on the program for it's been on my mind for years, Mr. Roy Griggs, because of the story. I've been aware of your story for years and years, and of course, people know. Many people know Roy Griggs. He's been a local entrepreneur for 27 years. He was owner-operator of many of the McDonald's around the Arklatex. He's now retired from that.
Absolutely.
And,
Happy about it.
Absolutely.
but you can't keep a good man down. I understand that some people refer to you like the Energizer Bunny, right?
Dave, thank you for having me on. I've been really, really blessed. 71 years old, and I'm still going 100 miles an hour every day, and I still love it.
I love it.
And this has been a great community and a great opportunity to work and live here in the Shreveport Bossier area.
Now, you started at McDonald's back in the day
Absolutely.
on the grill.
I started back in 1972, way back when things were totally different. Technology was different.
Right.
Started on the grill and flipped my way to a restaurant manager, flipped my way to being an owner-operator in 1989. A lot of my friends back then called me the burger flipper. So now when I go back home, they want to say, "Hey, Mr. McDonald." I said, "No, I'm just a burger flipper."
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you. Thank you for the contributions that
Yes.
you've made to this community. I know you've been very active at Southern University, Shreveport,
Absolutely.
and so much of you've been such a wonderful corporate citizen in terms of giving back all through the years. So thank you on behalf of all of us.
Oh, my pleasure. And see, I just grew up in Mississippi. I didn't understand what I was learning. We was very poor growing up.
Right.
And each year, we would kill a hog. And when we killed that hog, we had to share with our neighbors. And we didn't understand as kids, there's not going to be enough meat left. Let's make it the next year because you're giving all this away.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I was brought up, giving back to the community. You share when you're being blessed. And when I came here, tremendously blessed. So I have an obligation just to do my part, trying to pay it forward because I had so much help growing up and so much help in business. It started in Alabama when I came here to Shreveport. So I just could not just sit on all my blessings and not try to share that and make this a better place for a community that really accepted me and my family with their arms around us. And we've had a beautiful life here. And it's a great place to live and a great place to work. So excited about trying to make a difference.
Thank you so much for that. Now, Ronald McDonald House. There are a couple of hundred of them across the nation, right?
About 380 across the country.
Okay. Now, the mission of but all of them have a similar mission.
Same mission, keep families together. But our real mission is we provide essential services that remove barriers, strengthen families, and promote healing with children who need health care. Our goal is to keep families together.
Right.
Can you imagine when you have a seriously ill child in the hospital and you want to be near the
Of
child?
course. Of course.
And oftentimes it's so prohibited because of the costs. You take off from work, you have to try to find a place to stay.
Right.
What am I going to eat and all of that? And at the Ronald McDonald House, we provide all those needs and take care of the family so they can just worry about taking care of their baby.
That is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. So, how long has this been kind of in the making for a Ronald McDonald House for Shreveport? And we're getting closer and closer, aren't we?
We're getting real close to the Shreveport House opening up, serving families. Began probably back in 1920. But let me just say a little bit about the Ronald McDonald House Charities.
Please.
It's a 501c3
Right.
organization. We're in the Arkansas and North Louisiana chapter, for lack of a better word.
Right.
And that chapter began in 1981. If I'm mistaken. There's the board of directors there, 29 very diverse members that govern the work of the mission of the house to make sure the mission is what we're all about.
Right. Right. Now, when let's start with the location, because we know where the Ronald McDonald House in Shreveport is going to be, right?
Yes, we do. The construction is ongoing right now. If you go by now, you see the foundation is being poured. It's 9100 Susan Drive, which is on Barcoon, the north-south, at the Willits Knighton South location behind the Wendy's restaurant. I can say that now. No
You
longer
can,
McDonald's.
you're
Right
free
by
to
the
say
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
That's right,
now.
right. I can
Yeah.
say it. No
Instead of that other place, right? What do we have a proposed, or what are we shooting for to get the Ronald McDonald House in Shreveport of the Architects open?
We're shooting for August of 2025.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So what we're going to be talking about today then is of utmost importance, because this doesn't happen. It doesn't fall out of the sky.
No, that's not.
Yeah. Money has to be raised, and particularly now through the end of the year people are looking.
Oh, yeah.
People are looking for places
Ways
to
to give
places to give back, places to invest before the December the 31st, because you got to get that in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a real reason that if you make the donation to Ronald McDonald Houses, you'll make it go a long, long way between now and the end of the year, right?
Absolutely. We have a fantastic donor who has given us money already, has come back and offered us a second matching grant of $600,000.
Wow.
So for every $1 you give today through the end of this year, it's a $2. We match dollar for dollar up to $600,000. Fiber Bond out of Mendon, Louisiana. Just one of many great donors that provide and hope to get this house built.
Yeah.
Fiber Bond has been such a wonderful corporate citizen in
Absolutely.
our area also.
And we've had so many more, but they're the one now putting up the $600,000 match.
All right. So how can our listeners get involved, whether it's $5, whether it's $100, but let's go for the gusto. Scott, if you'll get the checkbook out, I want to watch you write this check with the zeros behind it. Yeah,
Absolutely,
right?
100%. Like 3 zeros.
Yeah.
And 2 of them will be pennies. And I'll have to see if it clears.
I've checked with your banker. You're good.
Yeah.
I
you're
think
good.
he's good too.
Yeah. So what's the easiest way to go about making contributions to the Ronald McDonald House?
You can go on the website and make a donation, or I'll give you that information in just a little bit. You can call me, Roy Griggs. I'm the capital campaign chair for the project here. It's a $10 million project.
Wow.
And right now we're current at $8.7 million, and that does not include the matching grant. So just imagine if we get that matching grant, that will put us almost right at $10 million right there.
Absolutely.
So we're thankful and grateful, and there's no amount too small or too large. $5, $10, $20. $20 become $40. $100 is $200. So everybody can play a part in the house, and that's what we want, because it's going to be a house. No, it's going to be a home for everybody in Shreveport, Bossier.
Yeah.
We will serve all 3 of the hospitals. Although we're on the Willits Knighton property, it's not a Willits Knighton project. I'm going to make that perfectly clear.
Right.
Willits Knighton understand that. They're under the mission of that, and they've been very generous in donating the land, 1.2 acres, and they've given $1.2 million in cash. There's other services that they will provide for us on their location. And we made a picture of all 3 of the hospitals, so we didn't just go to Willits Knighton.
Right.
We went to Jumper. We went to LSU Archer, and Willits Knighton has really stepped up to the bat.
Another wonderful. We have so many
Absolutely.
beautiful, wonderful corporate citizens
Absolutely.
in our community. We really do.
A ton of them.
Yeah.
You got one of them sitting right
Got
to my
one of
Yeah.
them
right
sitting
here.
right here.
I was out sitting right here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Scott, for making it possible today. So we're on the radio.
There's fingers pointing all over the place here.
But we don't you don't understand that some of these people, how they get involved in things. I just happened to be, like I said, part of the chamber. Went to the groundbreaking. Went to the foundation signing just the other day, and that was my first chance to really talk with Mr. Griggs. But this gentleman here is just unbelievable. Him and his beautiful wife, and he won't tell you this, but him and his beautiful wife took out their checkbook and donated $1 million themselves.
Wow.
So, you're right there, $1.3 million away from where we need to be, and you have fiber bonds sitting there with the opportunity to donate, match up to another $600,000. So we're right there.
Right. So the 10,000 that you put in,
There you go.
will be, it
Be 20.
becomes 20,000, and there you go.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
that's the name of the game.
Absolutely. And Scott, thank you for the kind words. But this is something my wife and I had tried to do years ago. We didn't have the effort and the resources to get it done. So when I go out and ask, we put our money up first. We believe in the project, and we know it's needed here in Shreveport. So our passion, our heart is there. And I may have to borrow some money from you all later on, but
we got you, and Lauren's a pretty good cook, so you and your lovely bride don't have to worry. We got you. We're talking with Roy Griggs. We're talking with Scott Tarkowski. They are our life strategists today. But the important thing is we're talking about the Ronald McDonald House coming to Shreveport, and how you and I can get involved. It's almost there. It's almost ready. We've got a lot more to talk about here on Strategies for Living today. Stay right where you are. We'll be right back. You're going to see the difference. When you go to Azalea Cleaners, you'll hear about it, too. Azalea Cleaners has been fine dry cleaning since 1958, plus laundry, alterations and repairs, comforters, wedding gown cleaning and restoration. You'll hear about it from your friends because they'll see it, too. They'll notice the Azalea difference. Azalea is convenient. 732 Azalea Drive, 9220 Ellerby Road, and 9227 Mansfield Road. Plus, the front door of your home or business with Azalea's delivery on demand. Just text SETUP to 249-8283, and Azalea will pick up your clothes and deliver them back clean and fresh to you. You can't get closer than that. That's the Azalea difference. You'll notice it right away. Others will too. The Azalea difference. Fine dry cleaning since 1958. Text SETUP to 249-8283 and get the Azalea difference. AzaleaCleaners.com.
Hi, this is Jay Merle for Pintail Roofing. Let's talk about quality. When you hire Pintail to build your roof, here's what you can expect. Quality and quality control are the most important concerns for us at Pintail, and you need to know that Pintail stands tall with swift and professional performance on any warranty call. This is our most important policy. And remember, we're your neighbors. We'll be here for you for the long haul. Our family's lived here for over 100 years, and we aren't going anywhere. On the commercial side of Pintail's business, our fluid-applied roofing solutions can save thousands of dollars over conventional commercial roofing options. Call Pintail at 226-ROOF for a free inspection of your home or commercial building. That's 226-7663. Pintail Roofing. What's the condition of your roof?
Sparkle on the ground. Strategies for living all around. Healthy mind, body, spirit, and flow. Your daily dose of radio glow. Tune in now for some holiday cheer. Radio rehab is what you hear.
And welcome back in. Welcome back into our little holiday cheer here on Strategies for Living, 101.7 FM, 710 Keel. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan, just delighted that Mr. Roy Griggs and Mr. Scott Tarkowski are our esteemed life strategists today. here on Strategies for Living, and we're talking all about the Ronald McDonald House, where the belief is that home is more than four walls and a roof. We haven't had one here, Scott,
No.
and we're going to get one.
Yeah, the closest ones are about 3 hours equidistant all the way around
Yes.
Little Rock, Arkansas, Dallas, Texas, Jackson, and down to New Orleans. So we're serving a huge area.
Absolutely. We need one, and we'll have one soon.
Yeah, and I know that you've probably been dreaming of this for several years now, Mr. Roy.
Absolutely. My wife and I, like I said earlier, wanted to do this back in the early 2000s, and we talked with then Dr. McDonald. And we just didn't have the resources to get it done, and we thought it wasn't going to happen. And unbeknown to us, the chapter was doing some studies and found out that Shreveport definitely needed to have a house.
Right.
And when they approached me, I was super excited. I go, yes,
Of course.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a natural. All right, folks. Now the house is going to be 9100 Susan Drive in Shreveport.
And when you said house, I'm thinking a typical family house, but this is not
No.
what it is.
This is more like a hotel.
Yeah.
Right?
It's huge.
It's a beautiful,
huge.
like a beautiful hotel.
It's a hotel. It's a home.
Yeah.
The Ronald McDonald home. We want a patient when they stay, their family should stay there. It feels like home.
Yes.
And that's what makes the house even more special.
Yeah. And everything's provided for them. If you've got a sick member of your family, you like you say, and you're from out of town, you want to be able to focus on your family member. Right?
Absolutely. You don't have to worry about cooking. We provide meals. We provide the room. You can do laundry. There's a laundry on each floor. It's a 3-story house, home.
Yes.
We have a large kitchen with a 50-seat dining room. There's a stock family pantry that you can walk in anytime and get snacks from the pantry. Coffee bar, family great room, indoor, outdoor play area, a toy workshop, a family grill. There's a serenity room if you need to go and pray or whatever. We have a room for that.
wonderful.
We talked about laundry. There's going to be a salon, I'm sorry. Salon.
You may have to go out if you want to do a salon, right?
A multi-purpose room, indoor, outdoor family gathering and activities, daytime access. Now, what that said, you may not be in the house. You maybe have a critical child in the hospital.
Right.
And you might just want to get away from the hospital for a while. You can go there and stay, get a day pass, go and take a shower, get a snack, and maybe mingle with some other family who's going through similar situation that
That's
you're
so
going to.
important.
Wow.
That is
very
so important.
So that's a great opportunity also.
And when we look at the impact to families across the country of Ronald McDonald houses, the value of the services provided, $1,464,000 plus
Yes.
in value added, 21,900 overnight guests served, 7,300 plus nights together, and then another 5,200 additional families served through the day use, as you were talking about just a moment ago.
Absolutely.
So to date, of course, there's a $10 million goal here. To date, I mean, we're almost there. $8.6 million has been raised.
8.7 latest.
8.7 now.
Yep.
Every day is changing.
And
Good.
there are many people who are looking. The end of the year is coming, and people are wondering, both companies and individuals.
It's a season of giving.
It's the season of giving. So, think about this. And I hope some of our corporate citizens, anybody that's listening to us, considers making a donation between now and the end of the year, because it's matched.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dollar for dollar.
Fiber Bond in Minden has said, okay, we're going to match it dollar for dollar between now and the end of the year. But also think about from a family point of view, how wonderful it would be for families to come around and talk about, what we're talking about this evening.
Yeah.
And for the kids and, the family as a family to come together and say, we can give this or we can give that.
And we're helping kids like you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at, I was just at the house the other day looking at all the gifts, getting ready for Christmas and everything, and thinking about what the grandkids want. And they have so much, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many people that don't have it. It's a very good point you brought up. We can all get together and contribute a little bit. My wife and I will certainly be writing a check for Mr. Griggs. Won't have as many zeros as we would like, but we will write a check, and it's going to be doubled.
Right.
So,
All right.
you know,
Yeah.
the value of that doubles, and it's very important. So between now and the end of the year, my friends, my people that I deal with, they can reach out to me, and I will get them in touch with Roy. But I'm very excited to be a part of this.
And if you certainly writing the check, if you want to write a check, that's a wonderful thing to do,
Absolutely.
but you can also do it very easily online. We've been talking about off the air here. We've been talking about technology.
Right.
Lauren notwithstanding, three older gentlemen here talking about it during our lifetimes, how much has changed, right?
Right.
But technology being what it is, you can go to the website rmhca-nla.org, and you can easily make a donation that way. And I'm sure if you Google Ronald McDonald House of North Louisiana, it'll bring you to that
Yeah, a
web
million
address.
different ways to find it. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can also reach out to me. My number, I'll give you that number, Roy Griggs, 318-347-3306.
And he does return his calls.
I know that to be a fact.
100%.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. And and even when he was busy with all of those McDonald's franchises, he returned his calls back then too.
That is who he is.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
do my best.
There you go.
Yeah. But I just want to echo what you said. This is the season of giving, and hopefully our corporate sponsors are listening, those businesses are listening. But I want to make an appeal to those who can't give $1,000.
Right.
$10 means a lot.
Absolutely.
$20, $100. So everybody can play a part in this house, because this is going to be Shreveport Bossier House. If you want to be a part of that, help us in getting this project completed. And then once the house open, there's even more you can do. We will need lots of volunteers that want to come and participate, who want to come and cook, art and craft, different things during the year.
So many things provided for the families.
Yes.
Of course, you were mentioning 3 floors and 20 family suites available. There's a kitchen and a dining room, a fully stocked pantry. There's indoor-outdoor play spaces and a toy workshop. Can you imagine that?
It's going to be a gorgeous facility.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Home
And
away from home.
A little home away, and then indoor-outdoor family gatherings and activity areas, and a conference room available. So, I mean, they've thought of everything.
Yeah.
And also, we will provide transportation from any of the 3 hospitals back and forth to the house.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
We will definitely have you guys back
Would love to come back, and thank you for the opportunity.
when and we may even have you back again before the to make that final push over the edge. But no time like right now. I mean, again, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what happened to this year. We were, as far as I'm concerned,
I
we
know.
were.
2025.
I was just
What?
turning the calendar. It was just January 2024, and now look,
Yeah.
But the end of the year is around the corner, so think about what you can do before December 31st in terms of your donations, and this would be a wonderful place.
Yeah. I don't know how much time you have before the break, but there was just a young man that I would do some work with, and he was on vacation with his wife, and they were expecting their first child, and the baby came early and real early.
Yeah.
They happened to be in Galveston, Texas,
Hmm.
and Ronald McDonald House took care of his wife, took care of the baby, allowed him to come back and forth to work. Just the baby couldn't be moved for a certain
Right.
amount of time.
Right.
And when I told him that we were coming on today, he just wanted to thank the Ronald McDonald House and all the people for doing that. So the amount of I don't know what the word is, but the arms spread very wide here and touch a lot of people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing that. But those are stories we hear all too often,
Yeah.
They're traveling away from home and in an accident. There was one lady that told me that her son had gone on a family vacation, family reunion in Miami, Florida. She lives in Shreveport. Got off the plane 30 minutes later in a serious accident. And he ended up staying in the Ronald McDonald house. Her thing was, I didn't know where I was going to stay, what I was going to do, didn't know anyone there.
Yeah.
So those are real common stories that we hear, and that's really so important, keeps families together, and that's the purpose of our house, that because kids and babies and children heal better when the family's there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There was a gentleman that walked around a couple of thousand years ago that kept saying things like, love your neighbor as you love yourself, and do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Absolutely.
Ronald McDonald House,
Absolutely.
puts
Serving
that
purpose.
into action. Yeah.
That guy's birthday's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
yeah.
say.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
what a great way to celebrate
There you go.
that
Absolutely.
guy's birthday.
That's right.
And
Absolutely.
Lauren and I were talking. We're kind of being coy, but Lauren and I were talking on a program earlier about, well, even if you're not Christian, of course, we're talking about obviously Jesus' birthday
Absolutely.
on December the 25th. But even if you're not Christian, you can celebrate the breaking through
Of
of light and Christ consciousness into our world. And that's what it's all about. And the Ronald McDonald House embodies that.
It's a bright light in the community
does,
for sure.
RMHCA-NLA.org.
Give today.
Give, because it's going to be matched. Mr. Roy Griggs,
All right.
Mr. Scott Tarkowski with us today, talking about the Ronald McDonald House here in Shreveport, now under construction. We need your help. We'll be back. We'll talk more about it here on Strategies. Stay right where you are. Hey, let's talk about the Robinson Film Center. I say it a lot. There's no place like the Robinson.
Absolutely, there is not.
617 Texas Street, downtown Shreveport. You've got so much. You got the movies. You got Abby Singer's Bistro on the second floor of RFC, open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday.
Newly remodeled.
Absolutely. Great menu. RobinsonFilmCenter.org is the way you check it all out. You can go to RobinsonFilmCenter.org at any time and find out what movies are showing. Here's the deal. You want to join the crowd, join the fun, become a member. When you become a member, you become a star. You get discounts on movies, you get concession upgrades, you get bistro deals. RFC, 617 Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. I'll say it again. There's no place like the Robinson.
There is not, and I'm glad we have one right here.
Absolutely. The RobinsonFilmCenter.org.
Reading begins not in the classroom, but in your child's brain. I'm Donisa Walker with Learning RX Shreveport. If your child struggles to read, maybe he or she has trouble focusing or comprehending, Learning RX Shreveport offers a science solution to reading problems, working one-on-one with your child, targeting his or her reading skills. Today, call Learning RX Shreveport. Make an appointment to have your child assessed. I know you want to help your child, so does Learning RX Shreveport.
Welcome back. Welcome back into 101.7 FM, 710 Keel. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan, with Mr. Roy Griggs and Mr. Scott Tarkowski. Today we're talking about where hope has a home, the Ronald McDonald House of Shreveport, Bossier City. And it's just amazing, Scott. All of the services is provided completely free to the families. It's just
Nothing they have to worry about except for taking care of their child.
And that's what it's all about.
Right.
That's what it's all
So you
about.
can focus on what's most important.
Yeah. So you can make a donation. It's been a very successful fundraising effort so far, but not where we need to be yet. And so a little bit more money needs to be raised. No time like right now, between now and the end of the year, because your funds, whatever you donate, from $1 to $10,000, is going to be matched. And so, if you talk about an opportunity,
Right. Double that money. The great folks at Fiber Bond are matching all the funds between now and the end of the year, and for the big corporate donors, there's a lot of opportunity for naming rights of different parts of the facility. Like you can name the family tower, or you could put your business's name on the multi-purpose room.
Oh, wow.
There's a whole lot of different opportunities there. So if you're interested in anything like that, you can contact Janelle Mason, and she's the CEO. You can get a hold of her at 501-539-0913. She's up in Little Rock.
Right.
And you can talk to her. You could reach out through the website as well. But some great opportunities to put your company's name on part of the house.
Yeah, and again, that website is rmhca-nla.org. And at that website, you can find out a lot more information about where things are.
Right.
And, get in touch with Mr. Roy if you need to. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me just talk a little bit about, Scott mentioned Janelle Mason. She is absolutely awesome, the work she has done to move this project along. She is the CEO of our organization in Little Rock.
Right.
And does a bang-up job, and she spends quite a bit of time here in Shreveport. So when you go to the website, you'll see her name and her contact information there, so you can definitely reach out to her. And we hired a local lady here that lives here in Shreveport, Laurie Moore, who is will be the mission director for the house
Wonderful.
here.
Wonderful.
And her information is also on the website. And then there's 2 more board members that's locally here that's on this 29-member, very diverse board of Arkansas and North Louisiana. We have Sandy Seminole, who's in the banking industry.
Right.
Been for a number of years. She's at Community Bank of Louisiana
Right.
now. We have Joe Arnold, board member, who's at Carter Federal Credit Union.
Right.
And so we're all working hard to get this thing done, and it will get done. We will raise the money because it's a great giving community here. And I just want to go on the board now. Just thank everybody for the funds they've already given. And I know we'll get the remaining fund, but to have so many great sponsors, the City of Shreveport, the Kettle Parish stepped up in a big way, and a lot of other, just businesses and individuals has really stepped up. And Scott might want to name a couple of names.
Yeah, there's a ton of people. AEP Foundation, AEP Swevco has donated. Ivory and Archer Frierson, like we said, Fiber Bond, RRCU, Red River Credit Union, Leslie Family Foundation. There's just a ton of people that have stepped up already.
Right.
There's like a couple of hundred names on
got
this list right
list,
here.
a little list
and you
there.
don't want me, you don't want me to read them all, but and there's a lot more that can go on here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. This is a no miss. Again, we talk a lot about strategies, about at one-ment. We're all in this together.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no more important time to come together than when a family member, particularly a child,
Right.
is sick or hurting in the hospital or in need of services. And so families want to come and they want to be able to focus just on their child. That's the mission of
Right.
Ronald McDonald House.
I think you're 100% right. There's no way you can't be for this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
There's
be
no controversy
Right?
here.
No, we're not asking for anything that doesn't benefit everybody, and somebody doesn't know someone who's needed this from time to time.
Absolutely. Then go back and we talked about, December 25th day coming up. And there is a scripture that says, when you give unto the least of them, a
You give
child,
unto me.
You give
That's
unto
right.
me. So what better way to give a great gift during the holiday season to be a blessing to some child or some family in dire need?
Absolutely. And if you give now, and of course there's going to be an ongoing need once the the home opens, there'll be an ongoing need, as
Absolutely.
you mentioned, Mr. Griggs, for volunteer. But think about this. If you get involved now in the building of this house, the building of this home, you're going to touch potentially thousands of people that you will never know in the future. The scripture that you just, quoted, to me, that would, that's the marvelous essence of that.
Absolutely.
You're giving to people that you don't know,
But you're making a difference in this community, in the lives of so many.
Right.
And then there's another way we hadn't talked about that you can give. You can make a pledge now, and that would go towards that double match also.
Oh.
You want to pledge $100,000, I'll pay it out over 25. So that will count and go against that match right now.
Oh, wow.
And so we're pledging out. You could go 2-3 year pledges. Be happy to do that.
All right, so there's a
good to
lot of
know.
ways
There's a
that
lot
people
of
can get involved here.
Absolutely.
And help still take advantage of that match price. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then once the house open, we don't get any money from Global House. It's dependent upon donors, fundraisers, golf tournaments, things like that.
It'll be taken care of in this community. It's
Right.
a community taking care of community members.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, man, there's so much, to be aware of and to be thankful for. Again, if you want to take a look, the house is under construction now, 9100 Susan Drive in Shreveport, over close to Willis Knighton South on Burt Coons.
Absolutely.
Behind that other hamburger joint.
We can say Wendy's now.
We can say Wendy's now.
If you want to go by though and see the enormity of it, it's
Yeah.
there. It's raised up. There's a foundation there. We just had a foundation signing here a few weeks ago,
Right.
and it's proceeding quickly.
And you can also go online, rmhca-nla.org. And I hope you will take advantage of this opportunity to give between now and the end of the year, and know that for every dollar you give, another dollar is matched. And so there you go. rmhca-nla.org. Mr. Roy Griggs, Mr. Scott Tarkowski, here on Strategies for a Living. We'll have them back soon, too. You stay with us. We've got a little bit more to wrap up here on Strategies today. We'll be right back.
From the bayou to your table, we're keeping it alive with flavors from the family, passed down to survive. The Godfather's here with a twist in the tail, alligator Italian sausage, and it sure won't fail. It's the boss of the bayou, a taste you can't refuse. Italian tradition, Cajun infused. Godfather sausage, bold and true. The Padres bringing the bayou to you.
Get the Godfather alligator Italian sausage only at Fertitta's Delicatessen, 1124 Fairfield Avenue in Shreveport. Pick up a muffy while you're there. The Godfather alligator Italian sausage. It's a taste you can't refuse. Sold only at Fertitta's, 1124 Fairfield Avenue in Shreveport. Dealing with stress, pain, feel like you're running out of options? When your life is balanced, wellness is a given. True wellness is holistic. It's about the mind, the body, and the spirit, all in balance. Now, there's a place right here in Shreveport that's all about helping us achieve peak mental, emotional, and physical health. The Balanced Life, 117 Kings Highway, right next door to Strawn's. Come see and feel the difference getting your life in balance can be. Many of your friends and neighbors have already learned the difference less stress and pain mean in their lives. You can book a discovery session right now online, thebalancedlife.us. All you've got to lose is stress, pain, or maybe both. Come see and feel for yourself the real difference balanced wellness makes. The Balanced Life Wellness Center, 117 Kings Highway in Shreveport, next door to Strawn's. thebalancedlife.us. And welcome back into Strategies for Living here on 1017 FM, 710 Keel. Lauren, Leon McMillan, David McMillan. I know that you wanted to see Ronald, and he didn't show up today.
I got better.
You got better than
way
Ronald?
better.
Yeah, okay, there you
I
go.
got Mr. Roy.
Yeah.
Way better, trust me.
Roy Griggs and Scott Tarkowski. The next time you come, I do want you to wear the red nose.
I was just going to say, if she wanted to donate the money, I would put the outfit on.
You know,
no problem.
You know, we may need to talk about that, Scott. You know, we'll see what we can do. But thank you so much,
I'm so
Scott,
thankful
for you reaching out to Lauren and I and telling us about the work of Mr. Roy. Mr. Roy, thank you for all that you
everything. I think
do.
this is just the culmination of your work, and I'm so grateful.
Well, thank you. And thanks, Scott, for making this opportunity available. And thank you guys for allowing us to come and talk about something that's very passionate and dear to me and my family and for this whole community as a whole.
This is so much of what Strategies for Living is all about, and what we hope to embody each and every day. And so thank you, and look forward to the next time that we have you back, Mr. Roy Griggs.
Absolutely.
And Scott Tarkowski, you know, you're always welcome, and you know, of course,
I'll come back and bug anytime.
Yeah. So you know the door's always open, right?
Appreciate that.
Yeah. rmhca-nla.org. Between now and the end of the year, you know, you give $1, $1 gets matched for every dollar you give. Or like in Scott's case, $10,000 he gives, another $10,000 gets matched.
Absolutely.
So you can't beat it. Scott, Roy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Folks, thank you. We appreciate you being a part of Strategies for Living. And we appreciate our wonderful sponsors making it all possible. The Robinson Film Center and Azalea Cleaners and Pintail Roofing.
Roof.
And Learning RX. And the Balanced Life Wellness Center. And Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of the Godfather, Alligator Italian Sausage. If today were the last day of your life, you only had one more phone call to make, who would you call? And what would you say? And why are you waiting? Make the call for Roy Griggs, for Scott Tarkowski, for Lauren Leon McMillan. I'm David McMillan. See you next time right here on Strategies for Living.